So about Berserk. I've been hesitating on putting out Berserk content. I love the manga for what it is. It's definitely one of the mangas that made me more introspective. So I had mixed opinions on continuing it. On one hand, I wanted to start making content for it because I love durk, but I also thought about letting the story rest and not focus on it to pay my respects to it. I had Pepsi Strolla, one of my first and main viewers. Thanks for supporting the channel if you're seeing this right now. But yeah, he or she mentioned one time that I should think about making Berserk content. It's kind of a complicated situation. I didn't feel right making content on essentially a dead series, but it's been confirmed to come back 5 days from the time this video is out, July 24th. I would have made this sooner. I'm really hearing about this the day after the announcement, but I already have 5 other videos scheduled, and I can't really mess it up. I was trying to see if I could release this earlier, but there's no way for me to redo the schedule I got going on. I don't have enough time to do all that plus school. As soon as I heard about it though, I definitely wanted to speak about it. I'm deadass writing the script for this video in my bed because I couldn't wait. I had a video about One Piece going on break, but that shit can wait for now. When news first broke out on Mirio passing, a lot of people questioned on what would happen to the series, which is kinda fucked up. You're low-key a fake fan if you did that shit. Like right after it was announced that he died, people were asking dumb shit like that. Niggas have no social awareness. After the grieving period of his death, niggas were discussing on if the manga would continue. I personally thought they wouldn't, and that it would be better kept that way. Trying to continue one of the most influential mangas in history without the author is a tough situation. That's not really a legacy you can just decide to pick up and continue. You could easily fuck it up and ruin what it was built up to. It already made a name for itself as a legendary manga, but it really solidified itself and made me appreciate it even more for what it is. The way the story got cut prematurely like that, I really don't rewatch or read any media. I don't see the value in it. Berserk is only anything to make me want to reread the entire thing. Sometimes I'll read parts of an arc here and there, but I mean just reading it again and start to finish. I've been busy with making videos and school, but I try to read it whenever I have time. It's kind of been put in a special scenario here. Apparently Mirio had a very close friend ever since Berserk was around the eclipse, or even further, and he also writes manga. This guy name is Koji and he wrote Holy Land. Apparently it's a really great manga in its own right. I never heard of it, but I'm ignorant about most of the manga world. He's important in all this because he had been the person Mirio discussed about the story this whole time. He knows mostly of what was planned for where the story would head and all that, ever since the eclipse going forward. I don't know if it was ever directly stated, but he probably heard Mirio's general idea on how he'll end the manga. So he's basically gonna be the main person for the continuation of the story. He'll overwatch the whole process and make sure it's done as accurately as possible. I don't know if I should be happy about it or cautious. He sounds like the best person possible to continue the story, so we'll be as close as possible to where the story was heading. I kind of already made peace with the story. I accepted that it wasn't gonna finish and I moved on. The last chapter that was released was really poetic too. Most people probably forgot since it came out last year, but at the end of the chapter, all 3 of the remaining Band of the Hawk reunited. Besides Rickert. The part of the Hawk that people care about. We had Guts, Casca, and Griffith in one area. Ever since the eclipse, probably the biggest cliffhanger of all time. I guess part of me is happy that the story is gonna continue. They probably have Onos on top of Koji being there, so I can't see it going in an inaccurate direction. But we already kinda sealed the deal of Berserk's story having a premature ending. I just have a bad feeling somebody will have something to complain about. It's without the author, so don't expect it to be exactly the same. If the art is decreased in quality, don't start complaining and shit. There's really not that many authors that could consistently put out the art quality Berserk has. For the ones I can, they mostly choose not to because of how much time it takes. I don't even want to call them panels honestly. When you're just reading, you don't really pause to look at the art because you're trying to see what happens next. But whenever I look back at certain panels and just look at them, they hold a lot of weight. The panels are just straight up art. You could put them in an art gallery and no one will question it. Mirio wasn't held back by deadlines, so he could really take as much time as he wanted, but most authors don't get that luxury. If they can, I would prefer they take longer with the chapters. They don't have to do monthly releases. I would be fine with 3 to 5 chapters a year. They probably won't have any deadlines with the manga they're continuing, so I hope they take advantage of it. That's all I have to say about the Berserk manga coming back. If you enjoyed, watch my last video about Goku. That's all from me though. Peace.